Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jeff Higgins from Higgins Storm Chasing. It is Saturday afternoon, the 18th of the 6th, 2016. Okay, well, the big wet is certainly well underway through Western Queensland this afternoon. You can see on the weather zone radar and satellite the huge amount of cloud and rain activity which is developing through the west of the state. So far, the best of the falls have been around that northwest pocket from Mount Isa down to Boulia, with unofficial reports there of up to 80 millimetres on some properties, which is well on the way towards the forecast 100 we expected to see through this area. Now, obviously, areas further south through central west and the southern inland, the rain areas are light at the moment, but we do expect these to greatly increase this afternoon and tonight. Along the coast, just a few onshore showers occurring. We do also expect these to increase as the upper level and surface level feature draws close to the coast, most likely late this afternoon, tonight and into tomorrow, but we'll get on to that. Okay, guys, we head over here to the Higgins Storm Chasing Premium Membership. Now, this is the Premium Members area, which I'm showing you now. You can subscribe to us by heading over to our website, higginsstormchasing.com, and subscribing. And produce all these maps every day by hand. Okay, so you can see here on the Saturday map, we have areas of light shaded blue through much of Western Queensland. These areas are for widespread moderate to heavy rainfall, with falls for 25 to 50 mil likely. Isolated thunderstorms within those rainfall areas with damaging winds and flash flooding possible. You'll also see the more purple shaded area highlighted through I guess the same region, but in a narrow path or a narrow band through from southern inland, central west and northwest Queensland for widespread heavy rain. Falls to 50 mil plus likely, with possible falls to 100 or even plus. Isolated storms again with damaging winds and flash flooding possible in those regions. I'll move on and show you why this area is forecast for increased rainfall. If we head down here to Sunday, you can also see that we offer detailed write-ups, guys. So if you head down here to Sunday, that's the Southeast Queensland zoomed map I just went past. You can see that the large areas of rainfall generally shift towards the east and affect all of eastern Queensland and central inland parts, southern inland parts as well on Sunday. Okay, with the Southeast Queensland area possibly up to 100 mils there. But look, most of the activity should be 25 to 50s across the entire eastern half of the state on Sunday. Let's move over now and have a look at BSCH. These are winds. This is a surface trough. These are winds just above the surface. This is at 4 p.m. today, and I'll show you a few things. Okay, it's basically stretching from around about Mount Isa there down through just west of Longreach, Charleville to St George. You can see where the two winds, very warm, moist northeasterlies feeding in off the Pacific, and then coming into more dry westerlies behind it. But this is developing, okay, this afternoon to tonight. As an upper level feature moves in behind this system, you also have to have upper level support. So down here in South Australia, there's an upper level cold pool of air and an upper trough, which is moving towards the region of Western Queensland tonight. Now, what this does is it greatly increases instability, sharpens and deepens the surface trough down towards the surface, so we see an increase in activity. Winds start to really race into the low pressure region, and therefore heavy rain areas, showers and thunderstorms and activity increases. That's through for tonight. Now, if we head out to 1 a.m. Sunday morning, what you'll see here on the chart is quite a significant feature that does develop here, possibly early around there in the central west, around midnight, and then heading towards the south into the Marinara and Warrego region in the early hours of Sunday morning is a low pressure system, a surface low pressure system developing here, okay? So that'll give the atmosphere some spin, and it'll also rip these northerlies in very, very hard into focused and concentrated areas, anywhere through that central and southern inland region. Now, this greatly increases rainfall, all right? So we're likely to see heavy falls through these regions overnight, with flooding likely through there. That shifts towards the south during Sunday morning. Okay, so you can see it's headed from about Charleville now down to around St George. Okay, and it does continue to keep heading in a southerly direction into New South Wales, the low pressure system that is. It heads down into inland New South Wales and then spits out south of Sydney and pumps an ECL down there on East Coast Low on Monday, briefly. We'll do a separate video for that. I really want to focus on Queensland. You can see now on Sunday that what happens is as the low moves south, the trough that is attached to it, so the surface trough that attached is to it to the north runs through eastern Queensland. Due to the westerly winds pushing and the rotation of the low down here, that trough moves towards the coast, and it will impact anywhere from between Cairns and Townsville all the way down to the southeast and into New South Wales during Sunday. It does really race towards the east, guys, so keep an eye out for activity coming through from the west during Sunday, and it's also obviously likely to have moderate to heavy rain. We could see some severe thunderstorms if they develop with heavy rain and damaging winds due to all the wind shear that's in this system. You can see here that by 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, it is basically through central Queensland, eastern central Queensland districts and southeast Queensland. Okay, so that's where you would expect a bulk of the activity to be tomorrow afternoon. These are rainfall forecast charts, 3 hourly. This is for 4 p.m. this afternoon, so you can see that activity increases through southern inland, central west and northwest Queensland this afternoon. And as we progress through each 3 hours, you can see that the activity remains pretty much along that line with a low pressure system here developing through the central west. And then as we head into the early hours of say Sunday morning, you can certainly see the low pressure system developing further through the central west with heavy rain associated around it, and it then begins to track towards the south. And by 4 a.m. on Sunday morning, it is really 4 a.m. Yes, 4 a.m. on Sunday morning. It's really given the Maranoa and Warrego districts a good flogging there with strong winds and heavy rain. There's some precip totals out to 70 mil in 3 hours near Charleville to St George and Bollin. All right, so you've got to watch out for these sort of things. They can get a little bit nasty and generate some severe weather with it. Now, as that keeps tracking south, the trough will start to push east through central inland districts of Queensland, continue to push east across the Darling Downs. It'll develop further through the Townsville to Mackay region during Sunday, and it will continue to push east across the eastern Queensland during Sunday and Sunday night before clearing off the southeast coast late on Sunday night, early Monday morning. All right, so that's about it. That's a big enough update for this. This is both a live and forecast update for the next 2 days just for Queensland. You can see here on the current radar at about 2:18 Saturday afternoon, she's really starting to ramp up, guys. So all eyes will be on the radars and any further warnings that come out. And obviously be careful. Anyone travelling through these areas, we're most likely to see some numerous road closures due to flooding through these areas in northwest, central west and southern inland Queensland over the next few days. Obviously farmers in there and landholders have certainly kept a close eye on the forecast and the flood watches, and I hope they've got their livestock onto a little bit of higher ground just in case those rivers pump up to a moderate flood or something like that. All right, guys, cheers. Thanks for watching.